In his 30-minute address to the nation, Prime Minister Modi has urged all the people, barring those in essential services, to stay in their houses on 22nd of March, Sunday, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. to minimize social interaction. Calling for resolve and restraint to fight coronavirus, Prime Minister Modi asked people to stay indoors and work from home as much as possible for the next few weeks. And highlighting the scale of the challenge, Prime Minister Modi said that complacency in the current situation is not appropriate and it is essential for every citizen to remain alert and cautious.
जनता कर्फ्यू यानी जनता के लिए, जनता द्वारा खुद पर लगाया गया कर्फ्यू 22 मार्च रविवार को सुबह 7 बजे से रात 9 बजे तक सभी देशवासियों को जनता कर्फ्यू का पालन करना है। इस जनता कर्फ्यू के दरमियान कोई भी नागरिक घरों से बाहर न निकले, न सड़क पे जाए, न मोहल्ले में या सोसाइटी में इकट्ठे हो, अपने घरों में ही रहें। हमें ये संकल्प लेना होगा कि हम स्वयं संक्रमित होने से बचेंगे और दूसरों को भी संक्रमित होने से बचाएंगे। साथियों, इस तरह की वैश्विक महामारी में एक ही मंत्र काम करता है, हम स्वस्थ तो जग स्वस्थ, हम स्वस्थ तो जग स्वस्थ। दूसरी अनिवार्यता है, वो है संयम। और संयम का तरीका क्या है? भीड़ से बचना, घर से बाहर निकलने से बचना। हमारा संकल्प और संयम इस वैश्विक महामारी के प्रभाव को कम करने में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाने वाला है कि हमारे परिवार में जो भी सीनियर सिटीजन्स हो, 60-65 वर्ष की आयु के ऊपर के व्यक्ति हो, वो आने वाले कुछ सप्ताह तक घर से बाहर न निकलें। हमें ये संकल्प लेना होगा।
And Prime Minister Modi also urged people to avoid panic buying and not hoard essential things, including medicines. He also asked people to be sensitive to the economic interests of people providing services and not cut their salaries if they are unable to work. He also announced a setting up of a task force under Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, which will take necessary actions in the near future after analyzing the coronavirus pandemic situation.
संकट के इस समय में मेरा देश के व्यापारी जगत, उच्च आय वर्ग से भी आग्रह है कि अगर संभव है तो आप जिन जिन लोगों से सेवाएं लेते हैं, उनके आर्थिक हितों का ध्यान रखें। हो सकता है आने वाले कुछ दिनों में ये लोग दफ्तर ना आ पाएं, आपके घर ना आ पाएं। ऐसे में उनका वेतन न काटें, पूरी मानवीयता के साथ, संवेदनशीलता के साथ फैसला ले। हमेशा याद रखिएगा, उन्हें भी अपना परिवार चलाना है, अपने परिवार को बीमारी से बचाना है। कोरोना महामारी से उत्पन्न हो रही आर्थिक चुनौतियों को ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार ने, भारत सरकार के वित्त मंत्री के नेतृत्व में, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के नेतृत्व में सरकार ने एक कोविड-19 इकोनॉमिक रिस्पांस टास्क फोर्स, इसके गठन का फैसला लिया है। ये टास्क फोर्स सारे स्टेक होल्डर से नियमित संपर्क में रहते हुए, फीडबैक लेते हुए, हर परिस्थिति का आकलन करते हुए निकट भविष्य में फैसले लेगी। ये टास्क फोर्स ये भी सुनिश्चित करेगी कि आर्थिक मुश्किलों को कम करने के लिए जितने भी कदम उठाए जाएं, उन पर प्रभावी रूप से अमल हो। हमें ये संकल्प लेना होगा।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also lauded the hard work of medical professionals, sanitation staff, airline crews, delivery persons and media personnel. He asked people to express their gratitude to them by giving them a 5-minute standing ovation at 5 p.m. on Sunday by clapping hands, beating plates or ringing out bells.
जनता कर्फ्यू के दिन शाम को ठीक 5 बजे हम अपने घर के दरवाजे पर खड़े होकर या बालकनी में या खिड़कियों के सामने खड़े होकर 5 मिनट तक रविवार को शाम को 5 बजे 5 मिनट तक ऐसे लोगों का आभार व्यक्त करें। और आभार कैसे व्यक्त करेंगे? ताली बजा करके, थाली बजा करके, घंटी बजा करके हम उनके प्रति अपनी कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करें, उनका हौसला बढ़ाएं, उनको सैल्यूट करें। पूरे देश के स्थानीय प्रशासन से भी मेरा आग्रह है कि 22 मार्च को 5 बजे सायरन की आवाज से इसकी सूचना लोगों तक पहुंचाए।
And the Congress party has said that it will support every effort of the government in the battle against coronavirus. Party spokesperson Ajay Makan said that there should be creation of more testing facilities and conducting more tests in the country. And hailing Prime Minister's address to the nation, BJP President JP Nadda said that crores of party workers will help in implementing Prime Minister Modi's suggestions.
कांग्रेस पार्टी की तरफ से हम लोग ये कहना चाहते हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी और उसके कार्यकर्ता सरकार के किसी भी प्रयास, कोशिश जो कि इस महामारी से लड़ने के लिए होगी, उसके साथ में पूरी तरीके से खड़े हैं।
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष की दृष्टि से अपील करता हूं, हमारे 18 करोड़ जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सदस्य हैं, वह अपने आप को संलग्न करते हुए इस सुझाव को जो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दी है और जो देश के नाम उन्होंने संदेश दिया है, उसमें अपना सकल सहयोग करें। हमारे 18 करोड़ सदस्य दिन रात एक करके इसमें अपना योगदान करेंगे, ऐसा मैं विश्वास रखता हूं।
The Prime Minister's 30-minute address came hours after the government announced a new set of restrictions, including a ban on international flights from Sunday for a week. The government also urged work from home for most of the people and advised those below 10 and above 65 years of age to stay at home. Remember, India remains at stage 2 of the outbreak, which means that the spread is through local transmission, which can be traced. The Health Ministry said that there is no evidence of a community transmission yet, in which it is hard to tell how the patient contracted the virus. Meanwhile, schools, colleges, theatres, malls and shopping areas have been shut down in large parts of the country. Religious gatherings and weddings have been put off. Railways and civil aviation have also been asked to suspend all concessional travel except for students, patients and the Divyang category. And as per Ministry of Health Affairs, the latest numbers, India has registered over 195 positive cases of novel coronavirus, which includes 171 active cases, 20 cured patients and 4 deaths. Let's cut across to Anu Diwan, who is joining us live from the national capital. She's tracking all those developments related to coronavirus very, very closely. Anu, very good morning. We saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi urging for the special day, this Janta Curfew Day and Janta Thank You Day on this Sunday. And India has also stepped up measures to control the spread of the virus. It is not letting any international flight starting this Sunday. And also persons above 65 years of age have been advised to stay at home. Railways and civil aviation have suspended all concessional travel. What more can you tell us?
Definitely, Aishwarya, seeing the number rising to 195, whereas the active cases are 171 in the country. Still, we are in the stage 2, but it's not that we can take it easily. We have to maintain the advisories. We have to follow the advisories that the government is issuing day by day concerning the health and the spreading of coronavirus in the country. According to the Prime Minister's address, he has addressed people and asked people to impose a Janta curfew on themselves. Janta curfew will be like starting from 7 a.m. in the morning till 9 p.m. because Prime Minister wants that people should not move out of their house that one particular day, which can help the spread of coronavirus in the country to stop, because the curfew will be like not even visiting your neighbors also. It will be like that. So it's just a message of social distancing, because the social distancing is the only best alternative we can see to fight this coronavirus situation, to help it, to stop it from spreading in the country. And other restrictions which the government has imposed is like from 22nd of March, no international flights will be taking off because for the next 1 week. And also in Delhi, if we talk about major restaurants, main restaurants, the dining facilities have been shut down for up to till 31st of March. Only the takeaway and home deliveries will be available. The governments have, the central and the state governments are working together in coordination so that we can stop the spread of coronavirus. We are seeing that the numbers are increasing day by day. Yes. Although ICMR has said that it's not we are not into the stage of community transmission, but still we need to take more precaution so that we can stop these numbers here only.
Absolutely, and that is the message from the Prime Minister. We should not let our guard down. That is the message from the government as well as the Prime Minister. Thank you so much, Anu, for all those updates there. And now let's talk about the situation globally. There have been more than 220,000 cases of the virus worldwide, with more than 9,000 deaths. The grim figure comes hours after China marked a major milestone in the battle to limit the spread, reporting new locally transmitted coronavirus cases being zero for the first time since the pandemic began. The Chinese health authorities said that it received the reports of 39 new confirmed cases of coronavirus on Thursday, and all of them were imported ones. The number of cases in China, however, is more than 81,000. And Italy surpassed China for the most number of deaths related to coronavirus, making it the world's deadliest center of the outbreak. The number of deaths reached 3,405 on Thursday, which is 156 more than China's toll, which stands at 3,249. A lockdown has been imposed in Italy, and it has been extended beyond the original 25th of March deadline. Nearly all Italians have been told to stay at home. Talking about the US, the virus has so far claimed 200 lives in the US and infected more than 13,000 people. California issued a stay-at-home order to residents. Along with New York and Washington, California is among the US states worst hit by the coronavirus pandemic. The US has also called off this year's G7 summit. And Iran detected more than 1,000 new cases on Thursday, bringing the total to 18,407. And Russia also registered its first coronavirus death yesterday. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned on Thursday that millions of people could die from the new coronavirus, particularly in poor nations, if it is allowed to spread unchecked. He appealed for a coordinated global response to the pandemic.
Wildfire, especially in the most vulnerable regions of the world, it would kill millions of people. As we need to immediately move away from a situation where each country is undertaking its own health strategies to one that ensures in full transparency a coordinated global response, including helping countries that are less prepared to tackle the crisis. Governments must give the strongest support to the multilateral effort to fight the virus, led by the World Health Organization, whose appeals must be fully met. The health catastrophe makes clear that we are only as strong as the weakest health system. Global solidarity is not only a moral imperative, it is in everyone's interest.